Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? Hope you had a great week this past week as the market gave us plenty of opportunities to capitalize on. In this video, I want to talk about my analysis for major pairs, that is gold, EURUSD, GBPUSD, and GBPJPY. So we're starting off with gold from the weekly time frame. And as we can see on the weekly time frame, our price has been moving in this downtrend, and then price eventually broke through this support level that we talked about previously, and then got down to the next support level around the 1615 area, and then bounced back up above that area or resistance, support on resistance. Price broke and closed above it on the weekly time frame, which again could indicate possibility of a bullish run. And if we go to the daily time frame, all right, on the daily time frame, we can see that price, like I said, broke above this resistance area here, or support on resistance. Price broke and closed above it, got towards this area here, which we can see there is a sort of minor resistance around there. As we can see here, you can see that price has tested that area several times, broke it, came back to test it, came down, got to that level, and then rejected off it as well. And now price is heading back down towards this resistance area. Now, if we look at this closely as well, we can see that there is a formation, or the possibility of a formation of the inverse head and shoulder pattern. As we can see, the left shoulder here going towards this neck area, and then the head here formed, and then the right shoulder just forming now. As you can see, price going down towards this resistance or the support area. So if price gets into the support area and gives us a bullish reversal, then we may be looking to take our buy trades to the upside, and this would confirm our head and shoulder pattern. And also the proper confirmation of the head and shoulder pattern would be if this neck here is broken. So if the neck here is broken, then we're looking to enter our buy trade again from there all the way to this next resistance area around the 1800 level. All right. So and usually the distance between the neck and the head is usually our target profit. So if the distance here is say 1730 and here is 1615, so we're looking at 115 or about 1015 pips really on that move. So so if you add 1015, that would be 180. So that would be 185 or so. So we'll be looking at around this area here for our take profit if we're looking at leather. But generally, like I said, I will be targeting the 1800 area as my next profit target. Okay, that's that area over there. So two ways that we can trade this. Okay, if we go to the 4-hourly time frame or even the daily time frame, we'll look for our bullish candlestick pattern. When price gets into this area here, then we'll be able to take our our trade from there. So say if price gets to this support level here, gives us say a bullish engulfing candle, a bullish main bar, we can decide to take our trade from there. Our stop loss just below our bullish candle, and then our take profit one will be here at the neck, and take profit two will be finally to complete the head and shoulder pattern. So we'll be looking like at over 1000 pips on that move. Next, you can also decide to be conservative and say, you know what, I'm going to wait for the head and shoulder pattern to form fully, and when price breaks this neck, I'll look for my buy opportunity, and then you can take your trade as well from that level. So, and there you'll be looking at a target of about 650 pips. And at the same time, you can also take both trades as well. So you can enter initially from here, and then when price breaks this level, you can enter another trade and move your previous trade to break even. And then if you add the two profit targets, one of them is 650, the other one is about 1,000 and 150, and you put all of them together, you're looking at 1,800 pips thereabouts. So a very, very good trade. And even if you're going to trade only gold next week, looking at this move and capitalizing on it will be very, very, very beneficial. Now, this is what I'm seeing in the market. It doesn't mean that price would always play out like this. As we know in Forex, anything can happen. And there is still that possibility of this trade not playing out exactly like this. And rather than this inverse head and shoulder pattern forming, price could just break that resistance level. As you can see on the 4-hour time frame, price may just break this and then continue breaking this level and then continue to the downside. Okay, so this can also happen as well. So that's why when we get into this area here, we have to wait for a bullish reversal pattern. If you don't get any bullish signal there at that support level, then don't rush to take your trade, assuming that a head and shoulder pattern will form. So you have to wait. So you can either take that trade on the daily time frame and wait for maybe the next couple of daily candles to give us a bullish confirmation, or if price doesn't give us a bullish confirmation, rather the daily candle breaks and below this and closes below that, then the head and shoulder pattern may not form, and this may just continue all the way to the downside. So you have to be extremely careful about that. So this has been my trade for gold. Next, I'm going to talk about Euro USD. And again, I'll start off with the weekly time frame and work my way down to the 4-hour time frame. So on the weekly time frame for gold, we can see for Euro USD, sorry, we can see that price has been strongly bullish, bearish, forming lower highs and lower lows, and you can see this has continued over the period as well. And if you watch my previous analysis last week, I said that this area here, this box that I drew, would be our target level to look for price reversals, and that is exactly what has happened. And we can see on the daily time frame the formation of this pin bar, so or what you call a shooting star. This on a higher time frame like the weekly time frame is a very strong indication that price will continue to the downside. So we can what I will be expecting is for price to continue this bearish move and possibly break this trade all the way to the downside. Okay. um and if we go to the daily time frame, we can see that price has just bounced off this trend line as well as this resistance area here that we indicated last week that we are expecting price to reverse from, because this area fell around the Fibonacci golden ratio of 61.8%. And so that's why we were looking at that area for price reversal. And then if we go to the 4-hour time frame, we can see how I entered my trade. So the way I entered the trade was to again plot a trend line, and we could see there was a break of the trend line. Price came back up to retest that trend line, and again that fell within this same area. And then you can see this pattern, this three candlestick, this bullish candle followed by this doji, and then followed by the bearish candle. This is what we call an evening star candle, which is a bearish reversal candle. And you can see immediately that formed, I was able to enter my trade, and we're about 140 pips in profit. And I am still expecting price to continue down at least all the way to this level here. So that is what I'm looking at for gold currently, for this move to continue to the downside. So I would say if you're not in this trade currently, I would say you should hold on for Euro USD for now, and you should wait for, say, this previous low here to be broken. before you decide to take any trade. So if once price gets down into this area here, if there is a break of this area, this previous low, then you can look to enter possibly on the retest and then take your sell trade to the downside. Okay, because if price gets down here, price may give us a bullish pattern, and if price gives us a bullish candlestick when price gets to the support level, then that means price may just end up reversing, forming this sort of double bottom pattern. Okay, and if that happens, then you'll be looking to capitalize on that. But if price continues and breaks through this previous low, then we should be looking to take our sell trade as a continuation of this strong downtrend, which has been for the last few months. And again, if we go back to the gold trade that I talked about earlier, again, like I said, this area may hold, giving us an inverse head and shoulder pattern, or this area may break through. So you also have to be very, very, very careful. So again, this is what we're looking at for Euro USD. Expecting price to continue down at least to this previous low here, and then we'll see how price what happens there. Again, price may not get all the way down here. We can see this green line that I've drawn here. The reason why this green line is there is because if we look at the weekly candle, we can see that price didn't close above below that green line, although there was a wick down there, but price didn't close above below that green line. That's because this green line here is a resistance, it's a support area that was tested previously in the past. Okay, so we can see that level here. All right, so anytime price breaks and closes below this level, right, then we'll be expecting that price will continue to downside. But if that level still holds this coming week, for example, I'll just show you, and the reason why I want you to be careful of that area. Price may break through that area, but on the other hand, that area may hold. So if we go to say the 1 hour time frame, or the daily time frame, sorry, or even the 4 hour time frame, this is the 4 hour time frame, and then again we draw our Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high, right? We'll see that that area where the green line is just around that 61.8, or the 61.8 or 0.618 Fibonacci level. So that's why I said this area may end up holding, and if it does hold, then price may just continue to the upside from there. Okay, so if this happens, don't be surprised. We just have to keep watching. So like I said, once the market opens, we're not rushing to take any trades, and if the price ends up reversing from here, I personally wouldn't rush to trade it. I will be very, very patient with it. Possibly wait for price to break above this area. Okay, and I will take my buy trade only on 2 occasions. My buy trade would only be one if this resistance area here, as well as this trend line is broken. So let me take this out. So if this trend line here or the resistance area here is broken, then I will take a buy trade. So let's go to the daily time frame so we can see it clearly. Good. So if this area all right, so I'm just going to show you how I'm going to take my trades if it does happen that way. So first of all, I will take my buy trade if price ends up getting down to this previous low and gives me a bullish signal. Okay, if it gives me a bullish signal to buy, then I'll buy from down here and take my take profit just at this resistance area here. Okay, so this sort of double bottom pattern, right? This double bottom pattern we're seeing, that's one. 2, I would also take a buy trade if price breaks this trend line as well as this resistance area. So if price doesn't go all the way down here, doesn't get down to this previous low, or rather reverses from this area all the way up here, I wouldn't start buying from here. I'll be very conservative and wait for price to break this trend line as well as this resistance area here. Possibly retest that area as well and look for my buy trades to the upside. That is how I will be taking my buy trade for Euro USD. On the other hand, because I am already on the sell trade for Euro USD, I wouldn't take any other sell trade. Okay. And I will wait for me to take a sell trade. I'll wait for price to break below this previous low before I decide to take another sell trade. And that would be price breaking this low, going back to retest is giving me a bearish signal, and then I take my sell trade to the downside. So this is what would make me sell Euro USD, a break of this previous low. What will make me buy is price getting down to this previous low and then giving me a bullish signal from there, or price continue to the upside, breaking the trend line as well as the resistance area, retesting and giving me a bullish signal. Then I will take my buy trade from there. So those are the two indications for me to take my buy or sell trades. Next, I'm going to talk about my analysis for GBP USD. And with GBP USD, like I pointed out last week, let's go to the weekly time frame. We can see on the weekly time frame, price has been in this strong downtrend. Price broke through this previous support level here. You can see this previous low. Price came back up to retest that area, and you can see the candlestick that has formed, the bearish pin bar, which for me is an indication that price could continue strongly to the downside. Okay, just as it was indicated on the Euro USD charts. So we can see this is a strong indication that price could continue to the downside, and this is happening again at a resistance area, so giving this more credibility. Now if we go to the daily time frame, we can see exactly what happened. Price got into that area, gave us this candlestick pattern, and then continued moving to the downside from there. And again on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly as well how when price got into that area, and then you can see how price has gradually moved in this sort of lower lows and lower highs. Okay, lower lows here, got to this previous low, and then from the lower high from there. Okay, and now price is breaking this previous low. So how will I trade this? Okay, if I'm going to enter this trade, if you're not already in this trade. So if you're not already in this trade, we can see that on the 4-hour time frame, there is a support area here. Okay, we can see price breaking through that area, right? Coming back down to retest it, going back up, and now coming back down to that area. Now, if price breaks this area here, this support area, right? Depending on how strongly price breaks that area. So if price breaks quite strongly, then you can enter your sell trade all the way to the downside. Or if price breaks it but not very strong, you can wait for a retest and for price to give us a sell signal from there, and then continue the trade to the downside. And that would only support what we've been seeing from here, this sort of break and then retest and then continuation to the downside, and also will support what we saw on the weekly time frame, this bearish pin bar forming and then price going to the downside. Okay, so that would support all that. So for me, that is how I'm going to enter my sell trade. If I'm going to buy Euro GBP USD at all, again, it will be if this area here is broken to the upside and price closes above it on the daily time frame. Okay, but as long as price is below this area here, right, this resistance area around the 1.142 area, then I would only be looking for my sell trade for GBP USD and not any buy trade at all. And again, if you're like me that haven't entered this trade and you're looking to enter the GBP USD trade, then on the 4-hour time frame, we'll be waiting for a break of this support level around the 1.106 area or 105 area. All right. So finally, let's look at GBP JPY. So GBPJPY again, we're going to look at the weekly time frame and then see what the market is showing us. So on GBPJPY on the weekly time frame, we can see that this candlestick pattern here, lovely rejection of the resistance area around the 165 area, and then forming this bearish pin bar. So that's what we are seeing, and now price is currently at this support level area here. Okay, if we go to the daily time frame, we can see that again we're at the support area here where price has tested numerous times, and then price, you can see it's coming strongly bearish to the downside. Okay, so what I will do is to wait for price to get down, say either to this area here, the 160 area, or down to the 158 area. Okay, so if price gets down to the 158 area, then I will be looking to see how price reacts there, because for me that's a more significant area. Okay, that's this area right here. And if price gives us a bullish signal from there, then of course I'll be looking to take my buy trades. And if price breaks through that area, then I'll be looking to take my sell trades. But honestly, for now, for GBPJPY, I'm going to stay off the market, because for me, I can't really see any sort of clear cut signal to capitalize on in this market. So I'm not going to force any moves on GBPJPY for now. I'm just going to wait, observe, see what happens before I take any trade at all. So this has been my analysis for the four major pairs: gold, EURUSD, GBPUSD, and GBPJPY. I hope you found this video very helpful. If you have, kindly leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to the channel for more analysis videos. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great week ahead. Peace.
I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me pressing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright.